Well, they're all looking at each other's scores, too.
Man, this is easy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right, man. Come on, man. This ain't right.
And the reality of it is, we thought we were giving them both a tie.
Now here's the
Go
deal.
back into that final round. I'm going to be honest, we actually tried to switch it to make it a tie.
Right.
And the machines locked us out.
That's
Wow.
Oh, so after you guys punched it up, you were like, wait, let's change it.
Was like, and it was, the machines locked us out.
That was it.
And that was it.
I'm going to just say this.
With Scotty said that y'all were all in agreement. And the Miami boys, you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
Wait, what you mean Scotty said we was all in agreement? What was your take on that?
He said something, I don't know where, it might have been the jump, where he was talking about, we were all going to give him the score equaled out. So the score was the same, as DJ's.
Okay.
And then they all put a score in, and then once the score came out, everybody was like, right down to you, and you was like,
Look,
you know what I mean? Like, and that's that.
The moves that I do and I create aren't travels, or the referees who get paid a lot of money and are the best at what they do would call travel, in which any of my moves that I've done on the perimeter have never been called for a travel. So I don't understand where this traveling whole thing comes. I don't understand where it comes from. Just because it looks awkward or it looks different from what the world is used to, that's called being a creator. It's called being changing the game. And so live with it, and hopefully your favorite players will start doing it too.
So you feel like that's over now?
This is the only time I'm going to address this, and he made the point that he didn't spit intentionally. He noted that he had a mouth guard on. He was talking about how his body language didn't match someone who had spit. So he said this, he goes, 1, if I spit on you, bottom line, there isn't going to be no finger pointing. If you felt that I just spit on you, then all bets are off. So his point with that is, if he really had spit on Chris in the way Chris felt he did, wouldn't have Chris just punched him as opposed to point fingers and sort of mush him in the face.
Ah, motherfucker! Shit!
Lastly, how are you feeling about going into this season? I know there's a couple of injuries, but, you feeling good about everything?
I am. I'm very excited for the season, and I can't wait to get it started. We got a great group of guys that get along, and, that's all I can ask for.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
I didn't do nothing. I worked hand in hand with the front office. We had a great relationship, and I played 2 good years there, and it was a mutual thing between both of us that, the time was up, and, we both had ideas of doing things differently. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it should be a mutual and pretty even thing if both parties can be on the same page.
I know that he had used the term mutual. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, because that would infer that we were wanting to trade Paul George, which I think most people would agree that probably wasn't on the top of our off-season priority list. But I would say that it was not adversarial at all.
You were a more clutch shooter overall. He's got more playoff points. Paul, riddle me this. Who's the better NBA player?
That's easy. I can say that off the bat. That's me. If you give me Shaq, if you give me LeBron.
They did. Call the big three.
We got that late. But early in my career.
What are you doing right now?
If you give me these guys early in my career.
Let me ask you this. What would have been a perfect time for you, Paul? Let's make sure we get this right.
When I was 24 years old,
Okay.
you give me Shaq. When I'm 24, 25, you give me LeBron and Bosh. I'll be sitting on 5 or 6 championships. Easy.
So then who has the better NBA career?
I played,